DJ Envy, Angela Yee, and Charlamagne the God.
Wake that ass up. The Breakfast Club is on.
I am feeling blessed. I'm talking to the Breakfast Club this morning.
Okay.
I love coming here. I'm never not going to come here. You guys are good to me. In return, I'm always going to be good to y'all.
For a lot of people in the hip-hop generation, the Breakfast Club is where people get their information on the topics, on the artists, and everything like that. In that aspect, radio is still important.
The Breakfast Club.
When my name come up, respect it.
Good morning, USA.
Yo.
Good morning, Angela Yee.
Good morning, DJ Envy.
Play my record for him.
One time
For the birthday
Hey.
beat. 2 times for the birthday beat.
Hey.
3 times for the birthday beat.
Hey.
4 times for the birthday beat. Drop it low, drop it low.
Don't tempt me.
Drop it low.
Don't tempt me now.
Do it.
Let's see if the knees still work.
They still got the knees. Oh, drop it low, drop it low, drop it low, drop it low. Get low. Oh, get lower. Oh, get lower. Oh, get lower. Oh, he still got it. Oh.
Still got it at 43, baby.
Happy birthday,
Still got it at 43.
Drop a bomb for him. His knees still work.
Man, the face people make when they be trying to dance like that and get low. The struggle face.
You ain't lying. Oh, I should have stretched before I did that one. Hold on. Jesus Christ, it's 6 in the morning.
Yeah, he was flying this morning, right? I was trying to sing to him this morning on the side of the road. He took off, jumped out the car fast.
You did pull up on me with some slow songs.
I did. I tried this morning.
I didn't understand it.
I was trying to sing to him, but he was out. He would not let me catch up to him.
I was listening to Mary J. Blige, I Love You. Off the My Life album.
That's what I was playing too. I was trying to sing.
You're a
to
liar. You was playing something older than
I was
that.
playing Michael Jackson.
Yes, he was.
Both MJs, no problem.
Yeah,
Both MJs. An MJ being an MJ.
Mm-hmm.
But we here. Happy born day to me. I'm 43 years old. What's happening?
Happy birthday to you. How you feeling, man?
I'm happy.
Okay.
Life is good. Happy to be alive.
That's all that matters.
You know what I mean?
Y'all are like really on this balloon kick lately. Everybody come in. Why are there
We're
balloons here?
celebrating. We're giving people their flowers and balloons.
Everybody gets a balloon.
Yeah, so we did it for the Migos. We celebrated them. We gave them their flowers. We did it for Mary J. Blige. We gave her flowers.
The funny part, they had these in here for me, but then they had some other ones, but then they took them out.
Yeah, they took them out.
I didn't know what the hell was. Taylor, what happened?
There
Why
goes
did
the surprise.
It's not now.
There goes the
happened?
surprise for later.
Like, y'all
Oh,
not
it's-
gonna take the credit because
We don't want it.
I don't want that credit.
We'll be okay.
Oh, okay.
Damn it, we try to take credit for balloons.
Well, thank you, Taylor. I will act surprised when y'all bring them in. I'm already ready to act surprised. Tell me what time to act surprised.
You should get him a stripper today.
No,
like,
you
for his
better not. I'm a
birthday.
married man. Don't bring
No,
no
I
damn
know
strippers in here
the
with me.
perfect guy. He was on the cover of Penthouse.
Don't bring that in here. I'm a happily married man.
What's his name, Yee?
Let me tell you something. He's amazing. And only thing is, there was an issue. He had a piercing. And I think one day he was dancing and somebody ripped the piercing out by accident. So it was some damage that was done for a little while.
You 10 years too late on that. 10 years ago, you could have bought the stripper in here. You would have caught me. 10 years later, no way,
No way.
Jose. I am a happily
Ooh, we
married
should get
man.
one of the cops that come in like, you're under arrest.
I got a teenage daughter at home. I don't
Put your
need
hands
nothing.
behind
Nope.
your back.
Nope.
Put your hands behind you.
Nope.
Get on your
Nope.
knees.
All right.
No
Yee,
way, Yee.
Goodness gracious.
No way,
what kind of
Jose.
fantasy you having over
I
there?
don't know.
Oh, you
What
want
the
a
hell you
Jose?
talking
Okay.
Jose?
All right, we can handle that.
Lord have mercy.
My goodness. Well, this morning, Secretary of Transportation Pete Buttigieg will be joining us this morning.
Pete Buttigieg will be here at 7 in the morning.
Segway!
Hey.
Segways matter.
Secretary Pete will be here to talk that new infrastructure plan.
That's right.
Among other things. Yes.
All right.
All right. Well, let's get the show cracking. Front page news, what we talking about?
Well, we are still continuing to watch what's happening with the Florida condo collapse, and we'll give you an update. Right now, the death toll has risen, as well as the number of people who are unaccounted for.
Lord
it's
have
the
mercy.
fifth day of searching yesterday.
All right.
Lord
We'll
have
get into
mercy.
that next. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
This really is the most hilarious ghetto-ass show ever.
Why? Because they took your balloons?
They bought my balloons in and
Right.
took them out because they said it was supposed to be a surprise. And now they got something. I don't know what's going on.
I don't know what's going on
But
either.
I'm just here.
All I know is we were not trying to take credit for those balloons.
Well,
Shout out to Taylor, man. Taylor, she work hard for them balloons, man. Leave her alone.
hey, man, my niece loves me.
There
I
you
love
go.
her, too.
All right. Well, let's get in some front page news. Last night, basketball. Did you see the game last night? I fell asleep on the game. Came back from L.A., but the Clippers
Who
beat
won?
the Suns 116-102. Phoenix leads the series 3-2.
Them Clippers be playing hard without Kawhi Leonard, huh?
Yeah, they ballin'.
I thought the Suns would have finished them in 5.
I thought so, too. I
Okay.
thought it was going to be a wrap. But, all right, what else we got, Yeezy?
All right, well, let's talk about this Florida condo collapse. Emergency workers did recover an 11th body. as the search for survivors continued right now. Again, that the death toll has risen to 11, and there are still 150 people who are unaccounted for.
That's horrible.
Okay.
Now, an April letter sent from the president of the Champlain Towers South Condominium Association said the damage to the building's basement garage had gotten significantly worse since an inspection about 2.5 years earlier, and that deterioration of the building's concrete was accelerating. The letter also suggested millions of dollars in needed repairs have been a subject of frustration among the residents. And so they said that they have discussed, debated, and argued for years and will continue to do so for years to come as different items come into play. They also said that when they built this condominium, it was 12 stories back in 1981. That was the design of it. But at the last minute, developers got local officials to sign off on an addition. It was a penthouse level that added 15 feet. It also violated local height restrictions. So they don't know if that contributed to the collapse of the building 4 decades later, but they said a lot of times developers try to work around height restrictions, and they often don't consult with engineers on the changes. But at that time, the mayor signed off on it. So all of those things could potentially come into play, but we will keep you updated. It's been 5 days. Today is day 6, and it's tough. They say after 72 hours, it's always not a lot of hope left, but we're still praying for the people who are unaccounted for. I know it's not easy.
At what point do you, I guess, just accept what you don't want to accept when, one of your people has been missing that long?
Man, it's just sad, and they just talk about it's even dangerous for people who are going through the rubble trying to find people.
Yeah.
That's dangerous.
They say the other building could collapse, but like you said, you don't give up. I mean, you just pray that maybe they're under something, and hopefully they'll be found. Now, I know they're listening for noises to hear anybody clicking, any pipes or rocks. I mean, you don't give up.
Yeah, but then you don't want nobody under there suffering either. But then you want them. You praying for a miracle and hope that they get through. It's just like, oh man, it's just all bad.
Yeah.
All right, now the WHO is urging fully vaccinated people to continue to wear masks and practice other COVID-19 pandemic safety measures. You know why? Because now there's a highly contagious Delta variant that has been spreading across the globe. They said, according to the Wall Street Journal, half of adults infected in an outbreak of the Delta variant in Israel were fully vaccinated, with Pfizer prompting the government there to reimpose an indoor mask requirement and other measures. They first found that variant in India, but now it's in at least 92 countries, and it's the fastest and fittest coronavirus strain yet, and it will pick off the most vulnerable people, especially in places with low COVID vaccination rates.
Well, y'all picked the wrong time. Ain't no putting the toothpaste back in this tube, okay? We done felt a little freedom. We back shaking hands and hugging and eating dinners together. It's going to be hard to make people go back to what we were doing 5 months ago. Mm-hmm. I don't see it.
Right, but you can't continue to wear a mask when you're out in public
Haven't
and not
stopped.
socially distancing. So
Yes.
even if you're fully vaccinated, they're saying that you should still continue to do that and protect yourself.
I did tell myself that even once we were past this pandemic, I was going to still wear a mask when I'm out and about, like in public or at the airport. I mean, Asians been doing it for years. And people would look at them and be like, what do they know that we don't know?
Well, there's a lot of
now we
smog
know.
in Asia. That's why.
Oh.
But it's difficult on the flights. Like, I was just coming from LA, and keeping that mask on for 6 hours straight is very difficult. Especially when you're on that plane. You get a little claustrophobic. You want to take it off for a little bit. Like, you gotta allow people at least take it off for a second, not just to eat and drink. Like, you need to breathe sometimes.
I would lay my seat back and put my blanket over
That's
me
what I did.
and then take the mask off.
That's exactly what I did. I put the blanket over my head and took my mask off.
All right, well, that is your front page news.
All right, get it off your chest. 800-585-1051. If you need to vent, phone lines are wide open. Hit us now. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club. This is your time to get it off your chest, whether you're mad or blessed. 800-585-1051. We want to hear from you on The Breakfast Club.
Hello, who's this?
This is Steve from Nashville.
What's up, Steve from Nashville?
I thought he said fee.
Yeah. Good morning, Breakfast Club.
Good
Angela
morning.
Yee, got it for the airwaves.
Good morning.
Charlamagne the God. I know you're still doing fraud. And no DJ Ember, the DJ that doesn't play the records on the radio.
He definitely doesn't.
I do it all the time. What's up, brother?
Yes, I want to say happy birthday to Dr. McKelvey.
Thank you, brother. Appreciate you,
And
King.
I have, even though it's your birthday, I need a favor.
Talk to me.
Oh, boy. What kind of favor is this?
Here we go.
Let's talk. Let's talk.
I want them,
Do something strange for some change.
Work them knees out. No.
Okay, you want to work his knees out?
What do y'all think? What do y'all think I am?
Do something strange for some change. What you talking, brother?
No, I actually I actually have a young lady friend that I need some help with publishing some books.
A word? What kind of books she got?
She has novels, and she has some affirmations and poetry.
Well, this is what you do. Go to my Instagram and email the email on my Instagram.
Okay, what's the Instagram?
It's at @CTheGod, CTHAGOD. At @CTheGod, CTHAGOD.
All right, appreciate that.
Feel free to follow me too.
I appreciate you all.
Yes, sir, King.
All right, brother. Have a good one.
I'm actually about. You know what? Never mind. I'm not gonna say that.
Go ahead.
No. I'm gonna be doing something soon for aspiring authors through my book imprint, Black Privilege Publishing, and Simon & Schuster. Just wait on it.
Hello, who's this?
Hi, this is Noah Zwing.
Hey, Noah.
How you guys doing?
Hey, we're doing great.
Charlamagne.
Peace, King. Thank you, Noah. I appreciate you, brother. Thank you for letting two animals get on the ark back in the day.
It's my birthday too, so I just wanted to give a shout out to all you guys. Okay. I listen to you guys religiously every morning for the last 3+ years. You guys are the reason that I get through work in the morning, or if I go to the gym and I work out, I swear I listen to you guys every single day. So
we out here.
It's a pleasure to hear you guys and finally be able to speak with you.
Cancer Gang, we appreciate
we love
you.
It. It's two bad bitches' birthdays.
That's right. And Stokely Carmichael and Kawhi Leonard's born day today.
There you go.
I didn't even know about Kawhi Leonard, but
yes,
shout
sir.
out to him too.
629.
All right, well, have a good one.
Thank you. You guys as well. Happy birthday again, Charlotte.
Thank you, King.
Get it off your chest. 800-585-1051. If you need to vent, hit us up now. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Wait. Let's go.
This is your time to get it off your chest, whether you're mad or blessed.
Say it with your chest.
We want to hear from you on The Breakfast Club.
So if you got something on your mind, let it out.
Hello, who's this?
Hello?
Hey, what's up, guys?
Angela, Wagwan.
Wagwan.
Medea, everything cool?
Yeah, how you feeling?
I'm blessed, man. You know what I mean? New job, just trying to stay focused. I saw all the waste management crew out there worldwide too, man.
And tomorrow's the last day of Caribbean Heritage Month, just FYI, the 30th.
Oh, okay. Anything popping out there in Brooklyn?
No, but
No?
hopefully we'll have the parade this year.
Okay, that's good. Hey, Charlamagne, happy birthday, bro.
Hey, thank you, brother. Thank you, brethren. Wagwan, brethren. How you say happy birthday in Jamaican?
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Same language.
Well, Charlamagne.
Yes, sir.
I'm going to keep it real, man. I like the new improve you, man.
I like the new improve me too, King.
Yeah, just continue, you know what I mean, being humble. Just continue listening to your wife, right?
Yes, sir.
I like the new improve. I like the new improve you, man.
Thank you, King.
You're not picking on Sean Stone no more. I like that.
Well, here you go.
I don't have nothing negative to say to Sean. Salute to my guy, Sean Stone.
There you go.
That's what's up, bro. Hey, Envy, bless up too, man.
A lot of mercy.
I know you won't be talking to me sometime, man. I don't know why.
Damn.
Well, every beat is feeling though. You know what I mean? It's all good though. But hey, I want to mention something, man. Last week, Envy mentioned about the guy that got robbed, right, for his chain and his watch. Hey, next time.
Uptown. Uptown. You talking about the
Next time, if you guys got a chain or a watch and somebody trying to rob, just give it up, man.
That's easy. That's easy to say. I mean, it's most of the time it's reaction. Like if somebody try to take something, your first reaction is like, I'm not giving away my thing. So
but
it's not
Envy,
easy.
It's okay. Just give it up and work hard to get it back. Because if you look at the video, his friend didn't get shot and killed. His friend just got pistol and that was it.
No, his friend got shot in the groin.
Oh, okay.
That's horrible. I tell you this, man. Sean, even better. That's why if I do wear jewelry, it's fake.
Yeah, I understand. But what I'm saying is, even if it's fake or real, it's not worth your life. Just give it up.
Yeah,
I agree.
No, you're absolutely right. But
another day, just live to make it home. That's
Right.
it.
Yeah, but you're right.
Take it.
We're just trying to make it home.
That's
you're
right.
absolutely right. But at the end of the day, that's his, man. He worked hard for that chain, and if he don't want to,
This is life too. He worked hard for that.
You can't victim blame. We shouldn't be robbing people. That's what we shouldn't.
No,
do.
I'm with you. I'm with you. I see both sides. It's both sides. Both sides are correct. I believe.
But for anybody listening, if somebody does try to rob you with a gun,
you should
give
absolutely
it up.
just give it up, and hopefully you have insurance to get another one. But at the end of the day, that's yours.
And
you work hard for it.
If you like me and you wear fake jewelry anyway, man. You know what I'm saying? Just let these people know they're taking a penitentiary chance for no reason.
They might shoot your ass because it's fake.
Well, then you're really going to look stupid in jail. You shot me over a goddamn fake chain. I told you it was fake.
Get it off your chest. 800-585-1051. We got rumors on the way?
Yes, football is gay. We'll talk about
What?
it.
What? Happy birthday. All right. We'll get into that next. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
It's time.
She's spilling the tea. This is the Rumor Report with Angela Yee on The Breakfast Club.
All right, well, the NFL has released a video that says football is gay. That's how it starts, with just those words. And there's drumming and cheering in the background. You can hear football is lesbian, football is beautiful, football is queer, football is life, football is exciting, football is culture, football is transgender, football is heart, football is power. It goes on to say football is for everyone. And then it does have the rainbow colors of Pride Month. And then they promoted the Trevor Project, which is a charity that seeks to prevent suicide among LGBTQ youth.
Yeah, that's what Carl, my guy Carl, gave $100,000 to, right?
Yeah, so let's talk about Carl Nassib, because he did make that announcement that he's gay. If you guys recall, we talked about this last week.
What's up, people? I'm Carl Nassib. I'm at my house here in Westchester, Pennsylvania. Just want to take a quick moment to say that I'm gay. I've been meaning to do this for a while now, but I finally feel comfortable enough to get it off my chest. I really have the best life. I got the best family, friends, and job a guy could ask for. I'm a pretty private person, so I hope you guys know that I'm really not doing this for attention. I just think that representation and visibility are so important.
Drop on the clues bombs for my guy Carl, man. Carl is a really nice guy, man. He's a really nice dude.
Right, so he did promote the charity in his coming out announcement. LGBTQ plus youth with at least one accepting adult have 40% lower risk of attempting suicide.
Well, I'm glad football is gay. That explains the center-quarterback relationship.
Okay.
Kind of does.
It does. Center bent over in front of a man while the man has his hands between his legs. Nice.
It doesn't mean everybody that plays.
What?
It's a great game.
All right. Now let's talk about the new WE TV series that's coming, Brat Loves Judy. That premieres August 5th. And, of course, this is the Brat and Jessica Judy Depart. We know her from Kaleidoscope. She's been up here on The Breakfast Club before as well.
Mm-hmm.
Here is the trailer.
I'm the brat. I'm out the closet, living out loud with my baby because I love Judy. Judy loves me.
I'm Jessica Dupart. A lot of people know me as Judy. I am the owner of Kaleidoscope Hair Products.
First of all, she's beautiful. I love her personality. I love her heart. I love looking at her. I love her lips, both sets. Y'all ready? But baby, it's so much more to this story.
Yeah, baby.
I watched them on Growing Up Hip Hop too, so I love their relationship. So it'd be nice to see the spinoff of the two of them just focused on.
Oh, that's their own show.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
It starts at August 5th. Brat Loves Judy.
On what network?
WE TV, because that's what Growing Up Hip Hop is on too.
Got you.
The Brat not aging either, by the way. When the Brat came out at the Versus the other day, I'm like, damn, the Brat really don't age, huh?
You know, I like the fact that she's with Jessica. You can see how much happier she is to be like living in her truth and being able to let people see who she really is, because she discussed how she was finding that so difficult prior to this relationship.
Everybody deserves to be free, man.
Mm-hmm.
All right, now Coyle is shutting down people who have been body shaming her. She posted, "My body is always trending. I don't understand. Is there a certain way I'm supposed to look? Help me understand. In the Bible, is it a sin to be thin? Help me understand. I hope your mothers got beach bodies." She goes on to say, I think Coyle is super pretty.
And stop listening to those idiots on social media. They're going to drive you crazy.
I don't understand what's wrong. You know, you talk about people when they get fake asses and fake boobs, and she's all natural. She's happy.
You talk about
she's
people
proud
if they're
to be
too
her body.
big.
Like,
You talk about people now if they're too small. You know, she's not ashamed of anything, and I think she looks great.
Life.
Social media going to have you going crazy. The only validation you should seek is the validation of yourself, okay? These people will have you going crazy every single day.
All right, now Kim Kardashian's undergarment line Skims will officially be the Team USA Olympic loungewear. She posted, "Ever since I was 10 years old, I've heard every single detail about the Olympics from my stepdad. As I would watch the athletes compete, I would grow to understand the dedication and honor being a part of the Olympics embodied. I traveled with my stepdad and family to all different cities for the Olympic trials, the Olympics and track meets of Caitlyn Jenner, and at every stop I would buy an Olympic t-shirt as a souvenir. When I received the call inviting Skims to be a part of Team USA, every moment I've spent admiring the strength and energy of the Olympians from the sidelines came full circle." So Skims is designing the official Team USA undergarments, pajamas, and loungewear in Tokyo for these athletes.
That is when I have to call David Johns because I get confused.
Okay, good.
Are you supposed to call him stepdad?
Well, yeah, that was her stepfather at that time.
I don't know. That's what I'm asking. I thought
stepmom.
I don't know. That's why I'm asking.
That's a good question.
It's a question.
Well, at the time when she was traveling, that was her stepfather when they were going to Olympic trials. The only reason it said Caitlyn Jenner is because she added Caitlyn Jenner. So it was at Caitlyn Jenner instead of...
Oh, okay. See, that's what confused me because I'm like, all right, she referred to her as Caitlyn, but was calling him her stepdad the whole time.
But she said her.
Yes.
I'm confused.
I don't know.
Me too.
That's why I ask questions.
You're right.
All right, now Andra Day is responding to rumors that she's been dating Brad Pitt. She was at the BET Awards and she was on the red carpet. She was talking to Entertainment Tonight's Kevin Frazier. Here's what she said.
Was it weird to wake up and look and everyone is saying you're dating Brad Pitt? Was that the crazy
Child,
thing?
I was like, especially because we never met. So I was like, oh, all right. My sister actually hit me after. She was like, we met Brad Pitt. I was like, I guess so, boo. I guess we did. So no, we're not dating. We don't even know each other.
Not a bad rumor, though.
People still care about who dating Brad Pitt in 2021?
Yeah, it's still Brad. Brad Pitt is iconic.
Okay.
Let's be clear.
Iconic bad bitch.
Yeah, he is.
Okay.
He's pretty iconic. All these years. All right, well, that is your rumor report.
All right, thank you, Miss Yee. Now, front page news, what we talking about?
Yes, and we are going to be giving you some updates on the weekend. It is a holiday weekend, and what's going to be happening if you're planning to travel.
All right, we'll get into that next. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club. Your mornings will never be the same.
Hey, it's Angela Yee. Don't let weak hair hold you back. Carol's Daughter's Goddess Strength Collection supports hair as it gets longer for hair that's 15 times stronger after one use. Available at carolsdaughter.com and your local retailer.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the God. We are The Breakfast Club on this bad bitch's birthday.
It definitely is my born day. Drop on the clues bombs for me, okay? Knee cartilage still working. You saw me drop it low this morning. Don't act like you ain't see it. Big 43 out here dropping it low.
Let me post that video.
Okay.
You dropping it low.
Big 43 out here dropping it low.
Let's get some front page news. Basketball last night. Clippers beat the Suns 116-102.
I'm shocked. Well, I'm not shocked about that one. Well, I am kind of shocked about that one because I thought it would be Suns in 5.
And that was at home, too.
Yeah, Kawhi Leonard not playing, so I was shocked. Happy born day to Kawhi Leonard, by the way. Today's his born day.
Mm-hmm. What else we got, Yeezy?
All right, well, more than 47 million Americans are expected to travel this weekend, according to a forecast. So they're saying summer travel has come back, and it's been crazy. So they said the overwhelming majority of them will be traveling by car. An additional 3.5 million people are expected to fly. So that says that 90% of pre-pandemic traffic for the airlines. So they said Americans are so eager to get away, they think that we're going to see the second highest number of travelers on record, only surpassed by 2019.
What day is that now? What day everybody supposed to be flying up?
This weekend, July 1st to the 5th.
So the airport probably crazy this weekend.
Crazy this weekend.
Yeah. You know, you got to try to travel on those off days on the weekend also. But they said gas stations are also running out of gas ahead of this holiday weekend.
That happened to me Sunday.
Really?
You ran out of gas?
Yeah. Well, I didn't run out, but I was like super low. And I had time before I was picking up my daughter from the bat mitzvah. And so I was looking for gas stations, and they all was closed and saying that they didn't have gas.
All up and down the road?
Yeah, I mean, I eventually found one, but I was just like, huh?
Well, the reason is there's a shortage of tank truck drivers, and also that coupled with rising demand, that's what's causing a supply chain shortage. So they said a growing number of stations are reporting they are simply not able to get gas delivered at any price. It's not even the price.
And then the station I went to that had gas, I asked for 93. He was like, hold on, let me check. And then he went to go talk to the gas guy with the truck. What's that thing called? What'd you just say?
The gas truck?
There you go.
The gas truck.
The gas guy with the truck. Oh, my goodness.
There you go. He went to go talk to the dude in the tanker to make sure they had some 93 on deck.
Okay. All right, so anybody traveling, though, I do want to encourage that you leave way earlier than you think you need to this weekend so you don't get stressed out either at the airport or driving. Just make sure you're prepared for these record numbers of people.
Yeah. So if you're heading out to Coachella this weekend in Atlanta, all right, so give yourself a little extra time. She's saying gas up way early and get there early. That's what she's saying. Okay.
Yeah, you know, I'm a big fan of taking the earliest flight out, but that might not be the best idea. Sometimes taking the later flights.
Sometimes.
Yeah, but you just can't tell, man. All right, now a 76-year-old woman who was on probation was sent back to prison because she missed a call while she was in a computer class. So she qualified as one of the 4,500 federal inmates who was released early from prison because of a nationwide effort to release some incarcerated individuals to prevent the spread of COVID-19. Gwen Levy is her name. And she was returned to prison because she was in her class and
That's
couldn't
horrible.
answer the call from her probation officer.
That's
They told her
stupid.
lawyer she could have been robbing a bank. We're going to treat her as if she was robbing a bank.
She was in class.
She's 76 years old. Like, think about that. She's 76 years old. What do they expect this woman to be doing?
Now, through her attorney, she said, I felt like I was attempting to do all the right things. Breaking rules is not who I am. I try to explain what happened and to tell the truth. At no time did I think I was supposed to go to that class. I wasn't supposed to go to that class. I apologize to my mother and my family for what this is doing to them. She's devastated.
She's how old? 76? What, they going to give her 22 years?
You know, in 2004, she was charged with conspiracy to sell at least 1 kilo of
Hello,
heroin.
heroin.
Yeah.
I read the story. Would you like to play a game?
Yeah.
Guess what race she is?
Come on.
76 years old, got let out early. She did what, 15, 16 years, I think? Got let out early because of COVID, and they locked her up because she was in class.
She served 16 years of a 24-year sentence.
There you go.
For selling heroin. Okay.
Angela Yee. Guess
It's not
what
fair. I'm looking at her
race she
picture.
is?
I'm looking at her picture right here.
Yes, come on.
Black.
All right, and last but not least, I got to talk about this Texas father who shot and wounded somebody who was caught masturbating outside his daughter's bedroom.
Lord have mercy.
On Sunday night, the dad and his wife found this peeping Tom outside their house in Houston around 10 p.m. They confronted him. The man apparently hoped to get away with it. He apologized and walked away, but that was not good enough. The couple then armed themselves with handguns and tried to detain him. They followed him to a gas station across the street. The woman grabbed and held him while the husband ran inside to call 911. At one point, the suspect took the handgun from the woman and pointed it at her, and that's when the father came and opened fire and struck him with multiple bullets. They
don't see nothing wrong with that.
said that they believe that they shot him 4 times, including twice in the chest and once in the stomach. He's now in critical but stable condition.
Should have shot him in the testicles.
I see one thing wrong with it.
What?
They should have shot him soon as they saw him.
They should have shot him in the testicles. You outside
That's
my
what I'm saying.
daughter's
As soon as
room?
I saw you outside, you would have got shot at.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Yes.
And they also say he may have spied on that underage daughter at least once before. The girl complained in the past about someone watching her through the window, but the parents didn't believe her.
Am I supposed to feel bad for him?
I respect their patience with the man, but a lot of people would have shot him right there on the spot.
All right, well, that is your front page news.
I'm just curious why he didn't stay out there and hold him down and let his wife run in there and make
Well, they
the phone
followed
call.
him to a gas station.
Yeah, but he said he ran in there to make the phone call. I'd have let my wife make the phone call and I would have stayed on him.
All right.
Should have shot him in the testicle. All right, well, that is your front page news. Now, when we come back, we have Pete Buttigieg joining us. He's Secretary of what?
Transportation.
Secretary of Transportation. We'll talk to him when we come back. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Yep, it's the world's most dangerous morning show, The Breakfast Club. Charlamagne the God, Angela Yee, DJ Envy is not here, but we have a very special guest. Mr. Secretary Pete Buttigieg is here. What's happening, my brother?
Good to be with you.
How are you, man?
I'm good.
Like really good? Like you're good?
I'm good. I have a great job. It's summer. Life is returning to cities. I'm starting to travel again. It was very strange the first few weeks and months when you're in charge of transportation and you're not traveling, right? Because of the pandemic restrictions. So now that we're on the move more, I feel a little more like things are the way they're supposed to be in the job.
Well, I'm glad that you still care about our audience, man, because other Democrats don't. You make us feel special when you come when you don't need something.
Well,
you know what I mean?
Nobody's saying he doesn't need something now because there's some things you're trying to get accomplished, right, and bring attention to.
Yeah, we need an infrastructure bill, that's for sure.
Yeah, but we're not voting for it. You know what I mean? Yeah. But what's in the infrastructure bill? Both versions, the compromise and the Democratic bill, the original bill.
Right. So the original bill, the American Jobs Plan, that's the president's overall vision for infrastructure. It's the biggest investment in a generation, lead pipes, internet access, not just transportation infrastructure, but what you might call human infrastructure. So making sure we're making it more affordable to get child care, elder care, building out veterans hospitals. There's a whole span of things. A piece of that is part of this bipartisan bill, and it's a good piece of that. You've got the biggest investment in passenger rail since Amtrak, major investment in public transit, roads and bridges, the broadband piece, making sure everybody can get internet access. Other parts will have to happen in another bill. So some of the work on housing that we're very committed to is an example of what will likely go in what's called the reconciliation track, which is the part that will not have, likely will not have a lot of Republican support. But this bipartisan bill is one that we're really proud of.
Why is it always compromises on what the people need? I don't ever see that with corporations. Corporations seem to get what they want, but when it comes to the people, it has to be a compromise. Why?
Well, we keep pushing because we think that the people hired us to do this, and that's what we're focused on. So you look at, for example, public transit is one of the things that there was not a lot of support for on the other side of the aisle, but the president was really pushing it, and we got to a bipartisan deal that's the biggest investment, I think the biggest federal investment ever in public transit. I wish we could get bipartisan support on all of these things, especially because there is bipartisan support on a lot of these things among the American people. It's not always reflected in Congress. It's the same thing with the American Rescue Plan, right? Americans from both parties wanted us to do it. It's a good thing that we did it. It's going to cut child poverty in half. But just because it was popular across America doesn't mean it was necessarily popular on Capitol Hill.
Why is it that? Is it conservative spending? Is it that we just don't want to agree with Democrats? What is the reason for that?
I think some of it's that politics, right? They will think twice before wanting to give the other party a win. But our view on the transportation infrastructure is this is a win for everybody.
How does this affect black and brown people?
Well, a lot. I mean, first of all, black people are 3 to 4 times more likely than white people to depend on public transit. So when we're talking about making sure that buses and subways and other public transit assets are funded, that's good for everybody. It's good for the country. It's good for communities, but it's definitely good for the black community. Also, we're, for the first time, I think, at least at this level, committing dollars to reconnecting communities. So the idea here is you have a lot of places where a highway went through or some public transportation or public spending on transportation went through, with taxpayer dollars that often destroyed a black neighborhood or served to segregate. This is true in Atlanta. You see just the way some of the highways run, and they divide the black part of town from the white part of town. And we have dollars to actually go out of our way to reconnect across those divides. I think that's huge. And again, good for everybody, but certainly says a lot to the black community that was on the short end of a lot of these investments in the past.
Joe Biden, I've heard him talk about a second great railroad revolution. And Dr. Claude Anderson, who's the author of Powernomics, he has this idea for a high-speed rail that travels through 5 states. I actually sent it to your man Benjamin, but what does Joe Biden's look like if there is one?
So Joe Biden is probably the #1 train enthusiast I've ever met. Before we even talk about high speed, we've got to do something about our regular speed rail assets. But also, we need to add more. If you live in Japan, Turkey, China, Italy, England, almost any developed economy, you can count on a higher level of speed and service than you can in the U.S. It's not that Amtrak has done anything wrong. They've done an incredible job with the dollars they've been given. But as a country, we haven't invested the way that most countries are, and we're paying for that. So the president believes, and I believe, in making sure that we demonstrate that America can do high-speed rail just as well as anybody. I would describe what's in this bill as a down payment on that great rail revolution. It's not going to build a full-on nationwide high-speed network yet, but it will contain some of the dollars that we would need in order to start connecting city pairs with high-speed rail to show that we can do this in America and do it better than anybody. I don't know why Americans should settle for less when it comes to high-speed rail.
How far away from that are we, you think?
I think we can get there, at least in certain geographies, in the next few years.
That's what Dr. Claude had. He had 5 states, so people that live in these 5 states could work in all these different 5 states by traveling on this high-speed rail.
Right, and that's the thing. It opens up work opportunities for people. So when we say this is going to create economic opportunity and jobs, it's not just the jobs of the people who get to work on the railroad construction or the jobs of the people who get to install the electric vehicle chargers, although that's huge, and that's part of why this is the biggest investment in jobs in a generation. But it's also the jobs that it unlocks. If you think about your distance, the way you live, the distance between your home and your workplace, you don't really experience it in miles. You experience it in minutes, right? If it's 30 miles and 30 minutes, that's different from if it's 3 miles and 90 minutes. And that's part of what's possible when you have better train connections. So I think the first step is to demonstrate that we as a country can do it. Some things are underway. California's got high-speed rail that they're putting together, but it's going to take years to be operational. There's an interesting project in Texas that's being discussed, and you don't think of Texas as a place where people are. I think a lot of people picture rail as a coastal city thing, but actually it's in those wide open spaces that it might have the biggest impact to have true high-speed rail. The Midwest, where I come from, would be huge to have all those cities connected, to be within a couple hours of each other.
We live in like Flintstones. We should be living like Jetsons, man.
Well said.
Yeah. We absolutely
I don't know
should.
if the flying cars are coming just yet, but we're behind.
And people got all we need is the money, because people have the ideas. Like I said, Dr. Claude Anderson has been talking about this for years.
Yeah, and people who live in other countries have it right now.
Yeah. Wow.
I mean, the distance from Beijing to Shanghai is basically the same as Chicago to Atlanta. And they have a high-speed train you can do in about 4 hours.
Wow.
Why shouldn't Americans be able to expect that?
All right, we got more with the Secretary of Transportation, Pete Buttigieg, when we come back. So don't move. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Morning, everybody. It's DJ Envy, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. We're still kicking it with the Secretary of Transportation, Pete Buttigieg. Charlamagne?
What does a jobs plan mean specifically for black people?
First of all, there's the spending benefits I talked about earlier, right? So more transit, more safety investments. That's going to mean a lot for Black Americans. But also the jobs themselves, right? That's part of what we want to make sure happens here. When you put this much federal money into good, needed infrastructure projects, you're also creating opportunity and potentially creating a business base that can then grow opportunity for generations, grow wealth as families work to build generational wealth. Another thing that I think is important is addressing the cost for ordinary people just to get through life, where if you add housing plus transportation, it is a huge part of people's budgets, especially Black and not just Black. All lower income Americans face a disproportionate.
Yeah, I want specifically Black.
But yeah, I mean, if you look at the numbers on Black families' budgets and how much of that goes to transportation, for example, it's one of the reasons why racial justice is absolutely part of what's at stake in something as technical sounding as transportation spending. And then you get to the need to reconnect communities. I mean, and this is not just one part of the country, in the North as well as in the South. So I think the opportunity for the Black community that's represented in this jobs plan is part of what makes me so excited about it.
Now, another thing that's been coming up is obviously voter restriction laws that are being passed. And I see now the DOJ is suing Georgia. So can you talk a little bit about that and how we can make sure that our rights aren't taken away from us?
Yeah, the Department of Justice is taking action because what you see in Georgia is full of red flags of racially oriented voter restrictions. And I think it reflects, if you find you're not winning with a certain demographic, to me, that's a signal to a political campaign or a political party that you've got to work harder to earn those votes. The other strategy would be to just have fewer of those voters able to vote. And it puts you at a moral crossroads as a country if the state seems to be moving in that direction. So this administration's commitment, you've seen it in our support for bills which unfortunately have not moved through the Senate. But you're also going to see it in action, like the Department of Justice putting this Georgia case on the forefront and saying, you can't take steps that have disparate impact on Black voters or any community of voters, especially if that's the purpose of it. All of our other rights flow from the right to vote. And when voters' ability to access that right is diminished, America is diminished.
You think Democrats aren't aggressive enough when it comes to things like this happening?
I think it's rightly central in our agenda. We're also dealing with the reality of a structure in the Senate, in the Congress, that has made it hard for measures that the president supports and that the party supports, like the voting rights work that we've been trying to do to get through. That's why I think the backstop is the Justice Department, but that shouldn't be the only tool in our toolkit. And some of it can be done through organizing. Incredible work that was done on the ground, what Stacey Abrams was doing in Georgia, and a lot of other states are trying to replicate. But that can't be enough. I mean, the policy has to be there too.
It just seems strange to me because it seems like it's Democrats blocking other Democrats. Like Joe Manchin pushed back on what Bernie presented in regards to the infrastructure plan. Like, why?
That's the thing about our party, right? It's just got a bigger range to it than the other party that seems to be in lockstep. But I also think that at a certain point, the American people expect us to deliver.
How do you think Democrats holding up progress in this country is going to impact y'all in 2022 and 2024?
I mean, look, we have to get these things done. Obviously, the way the Senate works, the filibuster, it's not like we get to do whatever we like. But at the end of the day, the Democratic Party has the presidency and both houses of Congress. We are going to be held accountable for how good of a job we do.
Yeah, because y'all push for people to vote for, to get control of the Senate. You get control of the Senate. But then now it's Joe Manchin and Kristen Sinema blocking everything.
Well, that's the thing with a 50-50 Senate, right? It means any individual senator can shape any decision. But I also think that we're having a conversation about how we move forward, and we're seeing just how high the expectations are from the American people.
Secretary Pete, do you think Joe Manchin is a problem? He seems like the new Mitch McConnell.
I think that Joe Manchin and Mitch McConnell are very different people.
I can't tell. They're both blocking progress.
Well, I mean, we need to make sure that we get the 50 votes that we need for the things that we can move forward with 50 votes. But we're also in a world where every senator in a 50-50 Senate can either block or shape or unlock progress.
But it's always him.
Well, it depends on the bill, right? It depends on the project.
The ones that matter.
I mean, that bill really mattered to a lot of us, right? And I don't think that day in the Senate is the last word on voting rights in this country. But we do need to do more legislatively. There's no question about that.
Who's really running the country? Is it Joe Biden or Joe Manchin?
So it turns out in America, no one person runs the entire country. There's no senator, not even the president, who just gets to snap their fingers and have their way. We had a president who I think wanted to believe that the president single-handedly decides what to do, but there's just more to it than that, for better and for worse.
Do you think Joe Biden or Joe Manchin, whoever's running this country, like to Angelique's point, do they need to have a more aggressive approach to getting things done instead of always looking to work with Republicans all the time? Some of these people on the other side are blatantly racist, blatantly bigots, blatantly on the wrong side of history. What's the point of trying to work with them?
I mean, I get it, but I also think it's easy to say, you guys are not being aggressive enough, you guys are not pushing enough, without saying what the plan is. I mean, at the end of the day, this administration and our allies in Congress are doing everything that can possibly be done in order to make as much progress as we possibly can. And again, in any other season in history, what we've been doing right now, whether it's the rescue plan or the infrastructure stuff we're doing right now, would be considered lightning speed. So it's not a matter of how bad you want it or how much you shout from the rooftops that it's got to happen. It's literally a matter of how you craft the legislation, set up the policy, get the votes, and get it to the president's desk.
We talk about, I keep hearing this democracy is at stake in this country, right?
Yeah.
Do you believe that?
Yeah, absolutely.
So why don't Democrats act like it?
We do. We are.
You don't.
We are. Look, we're voting for and pushing for all of the measures that will make our democracy more secure. We're not always getting our way, but we are pushing for this with everything that we've got. And it shouldn't just be a Democrat thing, because the freedoms that characterize America depend on the vote. Our safety, the safety of a citizen from their own government depends on the vote, because that's how you make sure that the government works for the people and not the other way around. I know the president believes that we're being tested right now, in a way, that we're being tested as to whether democracies can deliver the way that authoritarian regimes can deliver. In the 1930s, when democracy was really being called into question, there were some Americans who were getting interested in this fascism that was arising in Europe. One of the things they would say in favor of Mussolini was, well, he makes the trains run on time. That expression, making the trains run on time, that goes back to what people said about fascist Italy. And they were impressed because it seemed efficient, it seemed orderly, it seemed effective. I always think about that transportation example being used, at the time being invoked as a justification for an anti-democratic system. So in a way, us being able to prove that we, in this system, in this country, can deliver everything from a train that runs on time to a reduction in child poverty to racial justice, and that we can do that on democratic terms better than it can be done on authoritarian terms. That's kind of the ballgame.
So why are Democrats okay playing in the sandbox with the fascists, though? Because if what you said is absolutely true. Democracy being at stake should be a bipartisan issue that both sides want to fix. Clearly, there's people on the other side who don't want to fix it. So what does that tell you?
It tells you that we might be alone in some of these measures that we've got to undertake. It shouldn't be, and I would like to believe eventually it won't be. Obviously, we're not there.
All right, we got more with the Secretary of Transportation, Pete Buttigieg, when we come back, so don't move. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Morning, everybody. It's DJ Envy, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. We're still kicking it with the Secretary of Transportation, Pete Buttigieg. Yee.
Now, you know what else we're coming off of right now? Derek Chauvin getting sentenced to 22 and a half years. Yeah. I wanted to get just your personal thoughts on that sentence. Did you think that was enough? What are your thoughts about it?
It's important that he was convicted and that he was sentenced and that he will be imprisoned for this murder. I think the bigger issue is seeing how much it took to have that happen this one time, right? To have witnessed the murder, the whole country witnessed the murder in video that was indisputable, and still be wondering whether there would even be a conviction, let alone a meaningful sentence, shows you that there have been so many other incidents where justice was not even close to being served. But I also think America has noticed that, and I think that is motivating a lot of change. So I don't want to be naive about it.
Right.
But I believe that there's a consciousness in America that this entire episode of the murder and the conviction and the sentencing has brought us a step closer.
You know, you've given us a lot of examples this morning of just systemic racism in this country.
Yeah.
Why do you think it's so hard for like politicians just to say America's a racist country? You heard Tim Scott say America's not a racist country. Vice President Harris said America's not a racist country. Jim Clyburn said America's not a racist country. Why is it so hard just to tell the truth?
I think the issue is if you just go out and say America is a racist country, it feels like you're denouncing every American and every part of America. And at the same time, it's a clear and obvious truth that racism has been woven into the ways of life of this country from the beginning, from before the beginning, right? And I mean, enslavement was here 400 years ago, which is before the Constitution, before the Declaration. And I think, you know, this is part of this unfortunate political game that's being played with critical race theory too, which is, I think, a political strategy that has arisen in certain conservative circles to take anybody who is being honest and critical about patterns of racism in this country and use it to say that you are now against this country, right? That it's anti-American to talk about racism in America. If you love a country, part of how you express that love is to face what's wrong with it and do something about it.
That's right. You can't hear what you don't reveal.
Right. But if people think you're denouncing them, they can't even hear you when you're asking them to look at the harms that need to change. And I think that's why this language has become so difficult.
But it's impossible to have an honest conversation about the system of America and not point out that it was built on racism.
Clearly, it's right there. I think.
So how would you answer that question? I'm gonna ask you, Secretary Pete, is America a racist country?
Let's say racism is not all there is to America, but it's part of the American story, not just part of our history, but part of our present. And that means that for America to be an anti-racist country, all of us have a lot of work to do, because it's not.
So you're saying America's not
an anti-racist country. I think when you go out and say a sentence like America is a racist country, people won't be able to hear the truth about where racism sits in America, because they'll think you're saying that everything about America is sinister.
It is, though. For the most
everything
part.
About America?
Yeah. I mean, think about it. When they sat down and wrote the Constitution, they weren't thinking about anybody in this room. I'm black, you're a gay person, Angela Yee's a woman, Dramos is Latino. It was for straight white males for the most part. They weren't thinking about anybody in this room. So how could something like that be for everybody?
Because they created a system, obviously an imperfect and in many ways deeply troubled system, but
they said liberty and justice for all while still saying we were 3/5 of a human.
Right.
In the same document.
Right. But leaders were able to use that document as an instrument for justice later on. That's the incredible thing about it. Even where it was written by people who were perpetuating a deeply racist structure in enslavement and so many other things that were going on, they put into that document the tools to change it. That's the best thing about the Constitution, the fact that it can heal itself. If you do the math on average across American history, we've done a constitutional amendment, a substantive one, roughly once every decade. But in the last 50 years, we haven't done. There was one very technical one, but
Isn't
basically
it 3/5 is still in there, right?
Well, obviously that's not, that's not the law of the land. But yeah, I mean, you can look in the text of the Constitution and see a lot of the evidence of the racism of the men who wrote it. I'm not disputing that for a minute. But I still believe of all the ways that you could set up a country, what we have in terms of the tools that we have to make the country better and that have been used to end enslavement, to empower women, to deliver voting rights, to make it possible for a guy like me to get married, right?
All with a fight, though.
Always with a fight. Always with a fight.
Do you ever stop and think to yourself that on January 6th, there was an attempted coup of American government and not a damn thing has happened to those people in a real significant way?
Well, some of them are going to jail.
Are they really? Like, are they going to get real time?
We'll find out. But yeah, I mean, every time I look at the Capitol, I think about it.
Like the first one we saw got a fine or something like that.
No, I mean, people went into the United States Capitol for the purpose of overthrowing an election.
White people.
Violently. Yeah. I think we haven't processed that as a country.
How not?
Right?
How not though, Secretary Pete? It was an attempted coup. They wanted to hang the vice president of the United States of America.
Imagine how horrifying that is when you were there that day and you worked there and you feel like your life was in danger, and then there's no reputation.
You acted like it was a bunch of just kids wilding at spring break.
No, and I talked to a lot of people who were there, were members of Congress, staffers, people who were there. It was, many of them feared for their lives that day. And I think all of us feared for our democracy that day. But the processing that is going to take the better part of our lifetimes.
The next one's going to be even worse because of the fact there was no real consequences and repercussions to this one. Because there will be another time where...
Or we make sure that doesn't happen.
How, though?
Well, first of all, it's why there do need to be prosecutions and a lot of other steps. But honestly, it's not just the legal consequences, right? I think political lines have to be drawn, too.
What do you think would have happened if all those people were black that stormed the Capitol on the 6th?
I think there would have been a lot of blood.
But America's not a racist country.
There's a lot of racism in this country. We all know that.
Could you see yourself running for president again in the future?
I don't know. I'm really absorbed in the job that I have. But
I know you have those aspirations. I could see.
Yeah, but you don't run for the presidency just because you want to have it. When I ran in 2019 for the 2020 race, it was because I saw this moment where there were things happening in this country that I thought I could speak to in a way that was different from the others. And I felt like what I brought to the table and what was needed, they lined up. And I just think there's no way to predict whether the moment and what I have and what I have going on in my life. I mean, one of the nice things about stepping away from the campaign trail, especially in the midst of this horrible pandemic, just having more time at home with Chasten and our dogs and thinking about our future, is remembering that there's more to life than politics.
Your husband just celebrated a born day, right?
Last week we had our anniversary, and then 1 week later his birthday.
So he's a Cancer? Or is he Gemini?
I don't know.
You're supposed to know these.
I know, you're right.
I'm supposed to. We can let you know.
23rd, I think, Cancer.
Oh, he's a Cancer? Absolutely. Okay. Sensitive, emotional, a lot of tears, I'm sure. I'm a Cancer, that's all.
You're in trouble when you get home. You didn't even know his sign.
My day is today, actually. Yeah.
What's that?
My birthday is today, actually. So,
Happy birthday.
Yeah. Well,
that's great.
Thank you. But no, it's always good seeing you, Secretary Pete. But like I always tell you, you still engage with our audience. And I hate when Democrats just start showing up when it's the midterm elections or when it's a presidential election. You have to engage with your audience all the time. I think the right does a great job of doing that. So thank you for
Thanks
engaging
for
yours.
No, it's important. We're pastor of one of our biggest black churches in South Bend. I remember him looking right. I went one time to service, and I remember him looking right at me and saying, everybody knows how to come to church before an election. And it was a reminder, a gentle but important reminder about how important it is to engage all the time.
I'll end it with this. What was the reason for coming today? What was your absolute reason for wanting to come here today?
Because so much in what we're trying to deliver right now is going to make such a difference for the black community. I want to make sure. So I'm not in campaign mode. We're not campaigning. I mean, I guess I'm campaigning for an idea or a bill, but I'm not doing party politics. But it's really important to talk about the business opportunity we're going to create, the better policies we're going to create, the history and the future of how things like where highways go affect black neighborhoods and black families. This is really important to be talking about.
And contracts for black companies.
Absolutely.
To be able to participate in that, because that's the kind of thing that creates generational wealth.
That's right.
When you can get a contract with the city, with the government, to be able to work on transportation.
Exactly.
Biggest threat to black progress right now is Joe Manchin. That's my story. I'm sticking to it.
I'd be more worried about the other side of the aisle, but...
Okay. We'll see. Secretary Pete, thank you for coming, brother.
Thank you.
It's The Breakfast Club.
Hey. Morning, everybody. Why you smiling like that, man?
Why you smiling? Why can't I smile? Because I'm a happy black man. That's why. Okay, I can't smile.
You smiling?
Damn, it's my born day. I'm happy to be alive, okay? I'm 43 years old, all right?
For the birthday beat.
Come on now, I ain't got it now. My knee, hold on. Hold on now. You gotta get it.
Get low.
Look at the facial expression.
Drag the floor. Oh, look at his back.
I can't be doing that twice in the morning.
Get him some Ben Gay. Why you look at me like that? Yo, I hate you, man.
You saying it? What announcement did you just make?
No, I didn't say Ben was gay. I said get some Ben Gay.
No, you sound like you said you been gay.
Yo, yeah.
Wow. like don't be making those kind of announcements on my birthday.
Yo, let's get to the room.
Do that tomorrow.
Let's talk Britney Spears' sister.
Listen up.
She has her own name.
All the gossip. The Rumor Report. Gossip. With Angela Yee.
It's the Rumor Report.
The Breakfast
A
Club.
lot of people might not know her as Jamie, so.
They do know Jamie Lynn Spears, actually.
If y'all still calling Ray J Brandy brother, then Jamie Lynn is Britney's
She got
sister.
a whole name.
What's her song?
Jamie Lynn Spears is breaking her silence.
Exactly.
I know you don't know her name.
Song?
No. She's what?
Yeah, she was. People know her. Trust me.
I don't know. Right. I just know.
All right,
Britney's
Jamie Lynn
sister.
Spears is breaking her silence about Britney Spears' conservatorship battle. Now, she did say that she didn't want to speak on it until Britney had the chance to publicly say what she wanted. And now she went in her stories and said this.
I have nothing to gain or lose. I am only her sister who is only concerned about her happiness. I've made a very conscious choice in my life to only participate in her life as her sister. Maybe I didn't support her the way the public would like me to, with a hashtag on a public platform, but I can assure you that I've supported my sister long before there was a hashtag, and I'll support her long after. My sister knows I love and support her. That's the only person I owe anything to. I'm not my family. I am my own person. I'm speaking for myself. I'm so proud of her for using her voice.
I'm happy that she's standing up for her sister, but I really hate when people explain things to social media. She do not have to explain anything to social media. We know that's your sister. You don't have to tell people why you didn't post nothing.
Well, I guess she was just waiting, like she said, for Britney to say something and that kind of opened it up. And I'm sure she spoke to Britney, too, to let her know she was going to post that.
I'm with you. I'm just tired of us giving social media that kind of power. That's all.
Yeah, but I know people are also like questioning, oh, well, is Britney Spears capable of this and that? And so I'm sure it helps her to have her sister speak out and tell the truth about what's going on. So.
What did she say? What was the truth? Did she say?
She said she's only concerned with her sister's happiness, and she's always had her back. And she said regarding the conservatorship, she also said she encouraged Britney Spears to hire a new counsel years ago. And if she wants to end the conservatorship, she does fully support it.
Mm-hmm.
So, that's her basically giving her side of the story and letting you know that I think if she was concerned about her well-being or felt like she wasn't capable, she would have said that. But what she's saying is she supports that, and you should have got rid of that court-appointed attorney. All right, Christina Aguilera is also a person who is speaking out, and they've known each other for a long time. They were actually on the all-new Mickey Mouse Club together on the Disney Channel back in 1993. That's when they first met. And so she said, to be silenced, ignored, bullied, or denied support by those close to you is the most depleting, devastating, and demeaning thing imaginable. The harmful mental and emotional damage this can take on a human spirit is nothing to be taken lightly. And so she said, these past few days, I've been thinking about Britney and everything she's going through. It's unacceptable that any woman or human wanting to be in control of their own destiny might not be allowed to live life as they wish. So she also said she's not behind the closed doors of this very layered and personal yet public conversation. She said, all I can do is share from my heart on what I've heard, read, and seen in the media. So good to see her getting support from people who know her best.
Oh, he's sending everybody healing energy, man.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody deserves healing.
All right, now Scottie Pippen is accusing Phil Jackson of being racist. He was on the Dan Patrick Show, and he was asked about recent comments he made when he said that Phil Jackson made a racial move by not giving him the last-second shot in a 94 playoff game against the Knicks. Here's what happened.
Why would Tony, who was a rookie, get the last-second shot, and you put me out of bounds? That's what I mean, racial. Like, that was Scottie Pippen's team.
But
Scottie
Phil
Pippen
then
was
but,
on pace to be an MVP that year, right?
Yeah.
Why would you put him in a position not to be successful?
But have you talked to Phil about this? Because by saying a racial move, then you're calling Phil a racist.
I don't got a problem with that.
Do you think Phil was or is?
Oh, yeah.
So the young man that he put in to make the shot, right?
Tony Kukoc, man. Game 3, second round series against the New York Knicks.
Did Kukoc make the shot?
You goddamn right he made the shot. Because when Phil drew up the play for Kukoc and Pippen got mad and he sat out like the final 2 seconds and Tony hit the game-winning shot. It was against the Knicks. You don't remember that?
I know, I remember, but I was just saying, like, wasn't that a good decision then? Because Kukoc made the shot.
I mean, here's the thing.
I love Pippen, though, but as a coach, aren't you supposed to put your players at the best point to make the shot?
I don't know why Phil Jackson drew it up for Tony and not Pippen. Maybe Scottie was going to be doubled. Either way, it clearly was the right call if he hit it. But, Scottie has way more information about Phil than I do, but I don't know if you're going to build a case for Phil Jackson being racist by that situation.
Yeah, not that situation.
All I know is Scottie documentary going to be fire.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, he also did condemn Phil Jackson for being critical of Kobe in his 2004 book, The Last Season, A Team in Search of Its Soul.
Oh, yeah. Scottie documentary going to be called The Last Shootout. He going out with a blaze.
All right. Well, that is your rumor reports.
All right. Thank you, Miss Yee. Now, Charlamagne.
Yes, ma'am.
Who you giving that birthday donkey to?
You got to cut it out, bro.
Oh, but you call me yes, man, right?
Listen, right? Listen.
He got a donk.
I do. That is true. 4 after the hour, we're going to McDonald's. We'll talk about it.
All right, we'll get into that
It's
next.
not going to McDonald's, but we're going to McDonald's.
I got you.
I want to make that clear. I don't know if
I've
they're
been
sponsored.
craving McDonald's for some reason.
Man, them fries
Some
be
fries
banging, don't
today.
they?
So good. Oh, my goodness.
Lord have mercy.
And that's how they put that little what is it, a crispy? I haven't had chicken from McDonald's in so long. I might have to splurge.
All right, it's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club. Your mornings will never be the same.
If summer is inspiring you to be a little bit healthier, Audible is a great help. Check it out for guided meditations, motivating podcasts, and audiobooks on fitness and nutrition. Get your first audiobook free when you sign up for a 30-day trial at audible.com/breakfastclub.
When they say they doing all this and all that. Charlamagne say the gang dunk it other day, man.
You are a donkey.
It's time for Donkey of the Day.
Donkey of the Day does not discriminate.
I might not have the song of the day, but I got the donkey of the day.
So if you ever feel I need to be a donkey, man, hit it with the heat.
Yes, the Breakfast Club, bitches.
Who's Donkey of the Day today?
Well, Donkey of the Day for Tuesday, June 29th goes to a 42-year-old man named Robert Goldwitzer. I remember when numbers like 42 in regards to age used to look so old to me. And today I'm 43. My God, yeah. Drop on the clues bombs for me, damn it. Now, Robert Goldwitzer is 42 years old, and he is accused of calling in a bomb threat to a local McDonald's. Now, there is never a good reason to call in a bomb threat unless, of course, there is actually a bomb. Now, I've heard stories of party promoters calling bomb threats in on other party promoters because their party wasn't packed and the other party was. Not only is that a waste of taxpayers' money, it's a waste of cops and whoever else responds to those calls' time. And it's just grade A hate. Okay, I witnessed that firsthand once. Someone calling in a bomb threat because their party was slow and the other club was packed. And even after they did that, their party still didn't get jumping. Okay, after you done paid money to get in one club, you're not going to pay to get in another one. So it's a waste of time. Okay, now Robert Goldwitzer thought otherwise because he is accused of calling in a bomb threat to the house that Ronald McDonald built, the place that has served over 300 billion people, but most restaurants haven't updated the sign since the 90s when they had served over 99 billion. The place where the biggest threat used to be the Hamburglar, but now it's the Goldwitzer, okay? What about McDonald's can make Robert Goldwitzer so mad to call in a bomb threat? I mean, it's the home of the Oreo McFlurry. If the place that serves the Oreo McFlurry makes you mad, then you really need to seek some therapy or something. I mean, I know it's not the healthiest, but have you ever had a hot fudge sundae from McDonald's? Have you? You ever had a McFlurry from McDonald's? Well, you probably haven't because the ice cream machine is always broken, but if you can get your hands on one, you will scream, "Look at God!" But what set Robert Goldwitzer off to make him want to call in a bomb threat on a venue that has a place? Let's go to WHO NBC 13 for the report, please.
An Ankeny man faces charges for threatening to blow up a McDonald's because he didn't get any dipping sauce with his order. Police say Robert Goldwitzer Jr. called McDonald's Saturday after his order was wrong. During that call, investigators say he threatened to blow up the restaurant and punch an employee. Goldwitzer was booked into the Polk County Jail Saturday and released Sunday on bond.
That barbecue sauce is special.
I don't like the barbecue sauce from McDonald's.
I do. I love their barbecue sauce.
I like the sweet and sour.
Sweet and sour.
Yeah, sweet and sour. I mean, you have to be a different kind of demon to threaten to call in a bomb to McDonald's. Okay, Robert, what about the kids in the play place? They have to evacuate out of the balls because you didn't get your tangy barbecue sauce. Okay? Does spicy buffalo sauce mean that much to you? Now listen, nothing worse than ordering a 10-piece chicken nugget and they don't give you any sweet and sour sauce, okay? Is there anyone out there who actually doesn't like sauce for their chicken nuggets? Anybody in the room?
No, you can't no dry sauce. No dry nuggets.
Exactly.
I would be mad if I didn't get my dipping sauce.
But you wouldn't be
you
mad.
Can't eat it.
You wouldn't call it a bomb threat.
I wouldn't bomb the place.
Thanks, you.
Now, I know for a fact Robert Goldwitzer was projecting hurt, okay? He projecting some type of hurt he was experiencing that day onto these McDonald's workers, okay? Dramos brought up a good point. Robert was probably having a bad day. You know what I'm saying? Wanted something to make him feel good, so he went for his comfort food, okay? Some chicken nuggets and some hot French fries, okay? And y'all forgot his honey mustard sauce? Honey mustard sauce is good, too, now.
I like that, too.
Robert, I can understand your pain and frustration, and I hope you get some Mick healing. But let me tell you something. There's nothing in McDonald's worth going to jail for, okay? Robert is charged with a false report of an explosive or incendiary device, and he was put in jail Saturday and was out on Sunday. Here's the thing, Robert. The only thing you should think about blowing up in regards to McDonald's is the bathroom after you eat it. That's it. That's all I got. Please give Robert Goldwitcher the sweet sounds of the Hamiltons.
Oh, now you are the donkey of the day. You are the donkey of the day. Yee-haw.
Now, I just was he at the drive-thru? And then you drive off and realize you don't have the sauce?
I don't know, because they said he called.
Yeah, he's probably at the drive-thru.
He called in the...
I hate when that happens.
Yeah, because now if you're at the drive-thru and you've left and there's traffic or there's a line and you don't feel like going back, I could understand the anger in that. That's nothing worse than when you don't have your sauce and you're gone. Like, how do you forget that?
Would you like to play a game?
Too much sauce.
Okay, well, let's play a game of Guess What Race He Is! Robert Goldwitzer, 42 years old, ordered some chicken McNuggets from McDonald's, didn't get his sauce, and then called McDonald's and threatened to blow it up. Angela Yee, guess what race he is?
Definitely white.
Definitely white. Why you say that?
I don't know, because in my high school, it was always the white kids that were calling the bomb threats. When there's like a test or something like that.
What did the black kids threaten to do, Yee?
They didn't threaten anything.
Okay,
So
there you
we didn't
go.
call
They
it
just ain't
bomb
go to
threats.
class.
You know, we don't like to
That's
call
right.
police
That's
for
right.
nothing. I'm not calling the police for
That's
no
right.
reason.
That's right. Okay, Robert Goldwitzer, 42 years old, ordered some chicken nuggets from McDonald's, didn't get his sauce, and didn't call it a bomb threat. DJ Envy, guess what race he is?
White.
Wow. Why are y'all so confident
I don't know
about
that we
this?
even be thinking about like bomb threats.
Yeah, because, I'll be honest, if it's a
When
black
people be
person,
putting a
9 times
bomb-
out of 10,
yeah,
we're going to come
that.
back and come get ours. And if you have a problem with it, then we're going to shoot the 5 outside for some sauce.
Well, guess what? Both of y'all are absolutely correct. Robert Goldwitzer is Caucasian! But neither one of y'all said the obvious.
What?
Of course he's white because he ain't got no sauce.
Yo, shut up,
We
man.
got the sauce.
Yo, shut up.
We black people got the sauce. We the sauce. Come on, guys and gals. That was an easy one.
We don't want to think about your sauce.
All right. Awkward. All right, now when we come back, now what were you saying, you behind the scenes?
Oh, no, I was just talking about people it's time to go back to the work, right, to the office for a lot of people. And some people are like, I'd rather not. I'd rather not go back to my job at all, period. Some people have gotten used to working from home. Some people are like, I can't wait to get back in the office. Which one are you?
Okay. All right. Well, we'll talk about it. 800-585-1051. Are you one of those people that don't want to go back to work? You'd rather work from home? Maybe you moved already and say, damn, I already effed up. I'm already out of town. Or are you one of those people that want to go back to work? Let's talk about it.
I think we're about 7 months too late on this.
Nah, people are talking about it now.
No, this is about the time.
I'm saying we should have had this conversation before we decided to come
back to work.
Y'all was in here in the height of the pandemic.
Yes, we were. We was in these streets.
That's right. Let's talk about it. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
Pull out your phone. Call in right now.
You call me.
Add your opinion to the Breakfast Club topic.
Break it down.
800-585-1051. The Breakfast Club. It's topic time.
Pick up the phone, baby.
Call 800-585-1051 to join into the discussion with the Breakfast Club.
Talk about it.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ Envy, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Now, if you just joined us, we're talking about going back to work. Now, what were you talking about, Yeezy?
Yeah, a lot of people are saying they don't want to be back in the office. But then there's a culture of people who are saying, I can't wait to get back in the office. Working from home, I don't feel as productive. Which one are you? They said the large majority of people want to work from home certain amount of days a week. And then some people are just quitting their job.
I'll be honest. I think people should go back to work.
Man, you better worry about your damn self.
I know. We're going to tell people what to do.
What you worried about everybody else?
Tell everybody else what to do.
No, I think people should go back to work.
I am back to
Speak
work.
for yourself.
But I feel like, people will use this as an excuse. They don't want to go back to work, but you're out and about. You're at the mall. You're at concerts. You're at clubs. You're doing things outside. So why not go back to work? I know it's easy to be home.
They did a study. It's interesting you say that, Envy.
Yeah, you know he's talking to you. You know he's throwing subliminals at you, right?
I'm talking about.
I'm gonna keep it
She didn't go to
real.
no concerts?
According to a study, okay, they said that 72% of the executives in the nation's largest companies are white men, and they're the people who dislike remote work the most because they miss daily dominance performances over underlings cowering in barren cubicles.
What the hell is daily dominance performances?
You
What the hell is that?
Their white boss yelling at you and making you feel.
Where in America is white bosses still yelling at people?
Listen, that was a study that was done by Fortune.
What year was this?
When people are home, they're not fully working. You're doing everything else. When you're home, you're not engaged all the way.
Well, now you speak for yourself. Some
you're
people
outside.
Some
you're hanging
people
with the
work.
kids.
Some people work great from home.
I just think
they actually said that productivity rose during this work from home period.
Well, I like to be home. I like to see y'all. I like to touch y'all. I like to hug y'all.
You ain't touching nobody.
I didn't get a hug yet from my born day. You told me yesterday you was gonna hug me. You was in L.A.
Why you think I can't work today?
Talking mad spicy. You was talking mad spicy at 3 in the morning. I ain't get a hug from the back yet. Nick, you seen me get a hug from the back yet?
I tried.
Yeah,
I didn't see one, but I'm sure it's coming. And I don't know if y'all.
It is coming. It is coming.
And look, imagine if you don't like your coworkers. You know how many people can't stand the people they work with?
Yeah.
You know how much easier it is to work from home?
That's all the more reason for me to come. If I know you can't stand me, you know.
All right, let's move on.
If I know you can't stand me, I'm coming.
All right, well, let's go to the phone lines. Hello, who's this?
Hey, what's up, MV? This is Dre from Brooklyn.
Hey, Dre. What's up, Dre?
Charlamagne.
Thank you, King.
You're welcome. I tweeted you, by the way. It's Dre_B94.
You couldn't pay me to get on Twitter. My Twitter days are long gone, sir.
Man. But I'm not ready to go back to work, honestly. Working from home. I mean, recently I caught a flight to Atlanta while clocked in and, was still able to work after my flight and still finish my work. So I ain't even really ready to
What you go to
back.
Atlanta for, Dre?
I just went out there with the family and chill, honestly.
You ain't go to no club, no party, no restaurant?
Nah.
He was with his family.
I couldn't even do that, yeah.
Okay, all right. I'm just asking.
Right now I'm at the gym. I clock in 12 minutes, so I'm about to clock in at the
See what I'm saying? He about to clock in, but he at the gym, and that's the problem.
But he doesn't have to clock in yet.
He just 12 minutes. He at the gym right now. He ain't gonna get back home to work.
So hold on, you going to work right after the gym with your musty ass?
He going back
He's
home.
gonna be home.
Oh, you going home? Okay.
I got the laptop with me, so I'm about to connect to the
There you go. But if he's productive and can do his...
he can't work at the
I
damn
see
gym.
what y'all saying. He going to the gym because he working from home.
That's why he clocking in at the gym, he said.
Oh, you still gonna be musty at work, even if you're not at work. Oh, virtual musty ass.
Goodbye, brother. Hello, who's this?
Hi, my name is Aline.
Aline, where you calling from?
Brooklyn, New York.
Let's go, Brooklyn. You want to work from home or you want to go back in the office?
I want to go back to work.
Why is that?
What's his name?
I'm a teacher.
Okay.
No. I'm a teacher, and working from home and juggling my son wasn't it. Remote, not for kids.
No, I agree.
with that.
And I think they need to pay y'all more just because of the circumstances. But I tell you something, I hated watching my daughter, my 13-year-old and my 5-year-old have to do virtual school. Like,
That
it's the
was
worst.
worse.
And it's very difficult for the kids. I had to tell my daughter to give herself some grace because she was upset some of her grades slipped. But I'm like, yo, this is a different circumstance. So give yourself some grace, man. Zoom sucks.
Yeah, teachers needed to grade with grace as well.
Absolutely.
But there was so many circumstances where I had parents watching TV, listening to music.
See?
I had one parent who sent their child to the store in the middle of class.
See?
Go get my cigarettes.
Go get my cigarette. Well, thank you, Mama. All right, 800-585-1051. Are you ready to go back to work, or do you just want to stay home? All right, call us up. We'd love to hear from you. 800-585-1051. Yeah, what's that dance that you do? What, is it scat or you scrub the floor?
Scat.
The hell is wrong with you?
What's it called?
What are you talking about?
Scrub the ground.
Scrub the ground.
All right.
Scrub the
Well,
ground.
since it's Charlamagne's birthday,
It's like another word for twerk.
I'm going to do a mini mix for Charlamagne right now. So he can scrub the ground, scrub the floor, whatever he
Bro,
wants.
I'm not shaking my ass
Put your ass
this
on the
morning
floor.
for you, bro.
We're going to do that now. We're going to play a little mini mix just for Charlamagne. So if you're out there in the
Nope.
car, this mix is for Charlamagne.
I'm not dancing. My daddy listening. He just texted me.
Your daddy
He
listen.
just
can't
texted me.
dance 'cause
My
your
dad,
dad's
salute to my
listening?
daddy Larry. Salute the Cowboys. Say happy birthday to my firstborn son. May Allah continue blessing you and many more. Enjoy. I'm not scrubbing the ground.
You going to scrub the ground?
My daddy watching.
Daddy can scrub the ground.
I'm sure you've done way worse things than you're doing.
It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
Call me. Add your opinion to the Breakfast Club topic. Come on. 800-585-1051.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ Envy, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Just wanted to do a little mini mix for Bay for his birthday.
Okay, y'all cute.
Scrub the ground and all that. He said y'all cute. Now, if you just joined us,
Anything to make me shake my ass, huh, Envy?
Hey, it's easy.
You just want to keep these people talking on social media, don't you? Right?
Now, what's the question, Yee?
We're talking about working from home. Some people are enjoying it so much and also feel like they're more productive at home. Maybe they have kids and it's easier for them to do that. And then some people are like, I cannot wait to get back into the actual office where I'm more productive and I can actually communicate with people in person. Which one are you?
All right. Well, let's go to the phone lines. A lot of people on the lines. Hello, who's this?
Good morning, it's Nitra. How y'all doing?
What's up, Nitra?
Hey, Dr. Charlamagne.
Thank you, Nitra. Appreciate you. Mitra, I'm sorry. Thank you, Mitra.
Following me on Instagram, you my boo.
Oh, yes, that's right, boo. How you doing?
Good. So I'm going to tell y'all, I've been working from home since last March, and now they want us to come back. And I know why, because management just wants to hover over us because they don't have enough to do. So I get my job done. Like, I'm working all day, every day.
So you want to work from home. And, you know, they're saying that a lot of these offices, like, it's very competitive right now. So people who can offer you work from home experiences, maybe a hybrid, they're the ones that are able to steal some of the employees from competitors, too.
Absolutely. I'm Dr. Charlamagne. Follow me.
Huh? My hair starting to go as I get older, boo.
No. In my own lane, driving fast. Follow me.
That's your Instagram name?
Yes.
In my own lane, driving fast.
That's right.
Slow down.
Hold on, let me see if I can type
to work.
In my own lane. No spaces or underscores or nothing?
No.
All right.
Follow me.
Okay, I just followed you. In my own lane, driving fast.
Good morning.
Y'all. See y'all later.
Peace.
Hello, who's this?
Hi, this is Monique from Georgia.
Hey, Monique, you ready to go back to work or you staying home?
I'm working from home, but I want to go back to work to a whole new job. Like, I'm over my job.
No.
I hate my supervisor. She's a bully. I want a whole new job. Just give me a whole new career.
Right.
And if I have to go back into the office, hey, I'll take it. I just can't. For my peace of mind, I need to go somewhere else.
I feel you. That's when people are having that realization, too, right? When you get a break from being around toxic environments, you're like, I don't want to do this anymore.
Where do you currently work at?
I can't.
You're not gonna get fired.
She just said she don't want to work there no more.
I've been working there for 11 years. Like, I feel like I bring a lot to the table, but she doesn't appreciate that. You know what I mean? And it puts you in a place where it's like, why am I here? Like, why am I giving my time to these people if they're not gonna appreciate it?
Bring all that to a different table.
Absolutely.
All right, thank you, Mama.
I can say that the pandemic gave me the opposite effect, though. I realized how much I loved being up here. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, it's everything from waking up in the morning at 4:20 to the driving to work after I meditate. You know what I'm saying? I'm listening to podcasts or Audible books or whatever it is. And I like being up here. I like being in the studio. It's different.
This little dirty studio.
I love being in this little dirty-ass studio.
It's filthy.
I love having guests. I love talking to people. I love seeing y'all. I do.
Oh, you love seeing me?
I said y'all, not just you.
All right.
Why like people always think it's about them?
I'm just asking a question, that's all.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, what's the moral of the story, if there's a moral?
I don't know. Bring your kids to work day is over because you ain't working from home no more.
All right. Well, we got rumors on the way?
Yes, and let's talk about Nene Leakes. She sat down with the Jasmine brand, and apparently she has some bad news.
All right. We'll get into that next. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Hey, morning, everybody. It's DJ Envy, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the Guy. We are The Breakfast Club.
Yes, we are.
Let's get to the rumors. Let's talk Tyrese.
This is The Rumor Report with Angela Yee on The Breakfast Club.
So listen up.
Well, Tyrese was on Ellen with Tiffany Haddish hosting, and one thing he discussed was he talks to The Rock all the time now. He said they've been on the phone every other day. Listen to this.
Now, how are things between you and The Rock? You good?
You know, we've been on the phone every other day.
Not yelling at each other.
Not yelling. That's all done. Yeah, we've reconnected in a real way, man. I think we're both better men on the other side of all that stuff that went down. And to be honest with you, did not know when or how the phone call was going to happen, but it did happen, and we're about 20 phone calls in, and we're in competition right now on who can leave the longest voice note.
It's good. I'm happy for the healing, but if you didn't hear from The Rock, I don't believe it.
Yo, stop it, man. Yo, stop it, man. No, I don't think he's lying. I'm glad they made up.
No, I'm all here for it. I'm here for the healing and the reconciliation, but
And Furious 9 brought in $70 million in the opening weekend. So
that's right.
That's the largest debut at the box office since 2019.
I'm just saying I need The Rock to confirm. That's all. I'm not saying Tyrese is a liar. That's my guy. I'm just saying I need The Rock to confirm. That's all I'm saying.
All right, now Nene Leakes was on with Jasmine at the Jasmine Brain, and she shared that Greg has undergone surgery, his cancer return. Listen to this.
Greg is so he's in the hospital. Tomorrow will be a week. He had to have a surgery, so his cancer did return. Pray for his strength. But he's had this surgery before, and he was, I think, in the hospital about 15 days. So I expect him to be in the hospital at least another week.
Oh, that's hard. So we're sending you some love, Nene, and
Absolutely.
to Greg also.
And healing energy.
She said that sometimes she'll just be in her car crying all the time. When she's by herself, she says she has her moments in the bedroom and she's alone and all of that. All right. Now let's talk about the XXL freshman cover. You know, they start doing the freshman freestyles. So
With Sean, Nipsey, J. Cole, OJ the Juice Man.
Wiz Khalifa. Freddie Gibbs was in that one.
Wow.
Yeah, that was a really good one. J-Rock.
Great freshman class, yeah.
That was an amazing freshman
That's got to be one of the best ever, right?
Yeah, the people arguably will say that's one of the best freshman classes. That's why I thought that was good that he did that freestyle around this time. All right, now let's talk about N.O.R.E. He was discussing verses that he wants to do, and he said he wants to go against Beanie Siegel.
Tell Beans come outside. Tell them to bring Young Guns, because me against Beans is a slaughter. So tell them to bring Young Guns and maybe Memphis Bleak.
All right. In addition to that, he's been going kind of hard at Beanie Siegel. We're actually, he texted me this morning, so we're going to call him.
It's all entertainment.
Well,
okay.
Here's what else he said.
I want to start this off by saying I got the utmost respect for Beans. You know, that's my bro. You know, it's all love, but this is competition. Just wanted you to know that Rock Nation just sent me a gift, my celebration. You know what I'm saying? They already told me that I'm washing you up, and they said that you can't even get past the war report. What you gonna do when you play Bloody Money? What you gonna do when you play TRNY, LA? What you gonna do when I play Band from TV? Oh, ain't Band from TV the record that got you signed?
Oh my goodness.
Little homie, you already know.
All right, let's call N.O.R.E. and see if he has that same energy.
But that's why he got the Rocky music playing in the background.
Yes.
It's all entertainment. You know what I'm saying? They just selling a fight. N.O.R.E. and Beanie selling a fight. That's all.
Well, let's see what he says. I'm going to call him up because he's up. He's always listening to The Breakfast Club, which we appreciate. He actually takes the time to text each of us individually.
Yes, he does.
That's my guy. That's my man. That's my business partner. Me and N.O.R.E. have done a lot of business together. The Drink Champs podcast is on the Black Effect iHeartRadio podcast network. We had the On the Run TV show on Complex that me and N.O.R.E. executive produced. We got other things coming too. N.O.R.E.'s, that's my guy.
All right. Well, that is your rumor report.
All right. Thank you, Miss Yee. We're going to talk to N.O.R.E. after the mix, all right? So shout to Revolt. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Everybody else, the People's Choice mix is up next. You want to get your request in, you can. 800-585-1051. Let me shout out to Janae. All right, Janae Dewberry. She owns a trucking company. She's a sister that has a trucking company, and I'm gonna be using her for my car show. So I just want to salute to her.
Why are you using people, bro?
I'm using her business, which is pretty dope. You don't really see too many black people that actually own a trucking business, not too many black women. So I just want to say,
You just said you using her. You meant like you using her trucking business.
I'm using her company.
Yes.
Yeah. So shout to her. All right, let's get to the mix. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club. Your mornings will never be the same.
Angela Yee here, and did you know that the General Insurance has been saving people money for nearly 60 years? That's a long time. So if you want the quality coverage you deserve at prices you can afford, check out The General. 800-GENERAL or visit thegeneral.com. Some restrictions apply.
Howdy, it's DJ Envy, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Now, earlier during the rumors, Yee teased maybe it could happen, N.O.R.E. versus Beanie Siegel in a versus, all right? So we actually have Mr. N.O.R.E. on the line right now. N.O.R.E.
What kind of CIA number y'all calling me from?
Hey,
105.
Well,
105, that's the number.
You try to answer it all weird, like you didn't know what it was.
What's up, N.O.R.E? Y'all. I know it.
N.O. What Hov say?
Hov told me to stop being a bully, man.
Wow. So is this is this versus going to happen? You versus Beanie Siegel?
Let's just be clear, NV, and I'm sorry you asked this question because you from Queens, and I'm gonna make it very simple. The man can't get past the War Report album. I can definitively say Beans is a great artist. He's a great lyricist, but I'm not sure if he has classics. Classics is different.
Damn.
Now, if you take Jay-Z away from Beanie Siegel's career, he's PM Dawn. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my God!
I
Wow.
went too far.
You went too far.
Oh my God!
N.O.R.E. Bring it back.
Now, N.O.R.E., let's talk about some things that you could do because obviously Capone and Noriega, The Firm, that'd be good. Are you going to tap into some reggaeton?
Come on, you're being funny right now. I like that.
No, but you would you would have to play what's the joint? You would have to play that.
Yeah.
This is what they want. They want reggaeton.
You gotta play that.
Listen, let's just be clear. I gave hip hop probably one of the best producers of all time.
Pharrell.
By the name of Pharrell Williams. I also helped introduce one of the people who own Versus. Banned from TV. I was the first person to work with Swiss outside of Rough Rider. Okay, let's continue.
And he's still mad at you because you didn't play the beat. That's just the beginning.
I love him for that. Let's just be clear. Not only that, then I went on and I introduced a whole new genre of music that everyone laughed at me at the time and said that I was stupid. Now, if you look, you can't put on the radio without hearing a reggaeton record anywhere. Anywhere. This is one of the biggest genres of music standing next to hip-hop. If you want to compare us on paper, it's no match. Let me just be clear. Everything I said about Beanie Siegel and everything I'm joking about Beanie Siegel, I'm trying to be funny. But at the end of the day, I want to teach him a lesson that loyalty is better than anything. Woo! A lot of people still don't forgive Beans for dissing the God of hip hop. Let's just be clear. A lot of people, like he made 5-6 records dissing the God. He should have made 5-6 records apologizing.
Wait a minute. Did Jay-Z hire El Polo Loco to do a hit on something? What's up with this?
N.O.R.E. I'm doing this for myself.
Now hold on, N.O.R.E. But
Avenue, Apartment 5E, Corona, New York.
There you go. Talk that ish.
Now
N.O.R.E., you did some things too, though. You didn't do that flower pot and Nas.
Whoa.
No, I did. Hey, man. Hey, no, I did.
Whoa.
Let me just tell you something. I'm sexier. As I was Beans, I would ignore me.
Let me say something. Let me say something as a hip hop fan. A N.O.R.E. Beans versus would definitely be for us 90s hip hop heads. I think that's a generational one that we can all appreciate. It is versus. Versus is about songs. N.O.R.E. got huge records.
He does.
Beanie is a lyricist. Beanie got records that I absolutely feel. State Property catalog, Rockefeller catalog. Nothing weak about Beanie's catalog, but I don't think he can get with N.O.R.E. I just don't think he can get with N.O.R.E.
If you take Nas out of my career, you take Jay out of Bean's career, I don't think his catalog even exists. You know what I'm saying?
Stop it, N.O.R.E.
But you can't take anybody out of anyone's career now. That's part of the journey.
Yeah, because I definitely got to hear Body in the Trunk. Just like I got to hear the joint with Jay and Scarface. Can't be life.
We gonna do Rock the Mic. He gonna do the freestyle. We going at Jada Kiss. He gonna go all them joints.
Listen, he ain't doing none of those diss records. He's ashamed of those diss records.
Hold on, explain one more thing, N.O.R.E., because you said this on the joint you did. You said Beans' career started with Banned from TV. Now, I remember the 1,000 bars with Beans over Banned from TV. What do you mean by that?
He's my little homie.
Oh, damn.
It's real talk. If
play with something safe, N.O.R.E.
Beanie Siegel might not have a career. He got signed because he rhymed off a band on TV.
I ain't hear N.O.R.E. talk like this in 20 years.
Now, N.O.R.E., I'm going to be honest with you. You being really disrespectful. Beanie can rap his ass. Beanie one of the greatest rappers of all time, but...
No, I'm playing.
Okay. I'm like, God damn, N.O.R.E. You talk too much.
I ain't N.O.R.E. talk like this in 20 years.
I'm like, why you talk about... Like, Beans is nice. Like, Beans is one...
Let me just tell you something. We really want to do State Property 3. That's what this whole thing is about. The whole thing is bigger. So what y'all not realizing is that's not me. You know I'm a positive guy. I hit you with positive energy all day.
Yeah.
This is not N.O.R.E. at all. I'm playing around. I'm being honest. I'm just being El Pollo.
Because that PM Dawn joke hurt, man. That PM Dawn joke
I will
hurt.
say, though, 20 songs for 20 songs. Like, Beanie got records that people absolutely positively feel. I just think that N.O.R.E. got bigger records. He got huge hits, but we're not going to sit here and act like Bean's not one of the greatest MCs of
Like
all
N.O.R.E,
time.
for instance, what you gonna play against What We Do?
That's Freeway record.
I know,
though.
but he's on it.
He's on it.
That's Freeway.
He can play Band from TV.
But you can play songs that you're on.
Now, me and my son was together last night. We was singing Sometimes I like to rob and smoke. Sometimes I money and sometimes I got money and I still feel broke.
I'm playing sometimes when he plays Feel It in the Air.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
Yeah, so I didn't think of Jay-Z's and Freeway records against him because I knew that's the only thing he could do. And listen, I don't have to play a feature. I don't have to play a feature at all. I can play all my records. I got 1 platinum album, 4 gold albums. I got platinum singles.
Okay.
I got gold singles. I'm just telling you, like,
talk to him.
Like I know what Beans is thinking. He's thinking he's a better lyricist. And guess what, Beans? I tip my hat to you every day. Every day. I'm actually one of my favorite lyricists. But this is not about lyricists. This is about hit for hit. If we go in the club, I have never had a show with Beanie Siegel where I opened up. Beanie Siegel has always been my opener.
This is so disrespectful.
Oh my gosh.
This is so disrespectful.
Been my opener. Let me just tell you something. Dame Dash and Memphis Bleek had the biggest argument in the world on a private plane coming from London because I washed Miss Bleek on stage. Miss Bleek wanted to go.
You wanted with Bleek too.
And we all wanted with Bleek too. Yes, I do. Yeah.
Yo, I got it now. We have something up here. I forgot what it's called, but we have to extend equal time to the other candidate.
Right.
So, Beanie, whenever you feel like calling, you can call. I don't know why N.O.R.E being so disrespectful to one of the greatest rappers of all time.
I am not being disrespectful. I'm playing around. I said this. And
He's playing around. Never forget.
That's right.
You keep going. You don't stop.
Hey, never forget. N.O.R.E shot somebody. Okay.
He did.
No, stop being. You're going too negative, Angela.
Well, you made it's a song. It's a song. It's a song.
Let me just say something. I got respect for Beans. I don't want to have my competition be a sucker. Of course, I need my competition. Listen, on the night that you go in the ring, y'all both on the same level. But let me also explain to people this: as much as we love the '90s, as much as we love me and Beans, because we're old heads, we're old school, we're OGs. As much as we love them, the people gotta want this battle. You understand what I'm saying? Timberland and Swiss, I love them both individually. I've been waiting for their phone call for a day and a half. Not one of them has called me. So just because we like something doesn't mean it's good on paper. I'm good without the battle. If me and Beans don't battle, then where does Beans go from here? That's what he needs to start thinking about.
Oh
he needs to start thinking about State Property 3, or let's do our own movie where we are great actors, we're great opposing actors. That's what we should be focusing on.
Now,
I want to see it.
Speak about Beans in years. When the last time I spoke about
Beanie, been up here.
No, stop being so disrespectful.
But listen, let me just say one thing. Word is to God, Beans, I'm just playing. I'm using the tactics that you use, using the tactics that we all use. Now, when Jay called me and said I went too far, I'm kind of like feeling like a bully. I had no idea. I did not understand that. When y'all telling me this right now, it's also the same thing. So I'm going back off until Swiss or Tim call me. I'm going back off. I'm going to chill. I got a whole bunch of things. I got Miss Jones dropping this week, one of the queens of radio. And she's on Drink Champs on the this week on Revolt TV on the Black Network. We are doing it.
The Black Effect, N.O.R.E.
Black Network. You know. I'm
same thing, right?
You know what I'm saying? but yeah, man. So let's do it. If the Beans thing happens, it's cool. But I'm glad that we open up the negotiations for this movie that we've been trying to work on. We won't get the writers. So Beans, I'm just playing. Philadelphia, I'm just playing. I'm still going to eat a chicken cheesesteak. Please let me go to Ishkabibbles.
Ishkabibbles, yes.
Goodbye, N.O.R.E, goodbye. We gotta go.
Yo, we love you, N.O.
I love you.
Goodness gracious.
You hung up while he was saying he loves us.
He was about to promote something else.
But make sure you listen to the Drink Champs on the Black Effect iHeartRadio Podcast Network.
All right.
Available everywhere you listen to podcasts.
When we come back, we got the positive note, so don't move. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Morning, everybody. It's DJ Envy, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the God. We are the Breakfast Club. Again, shout out to everybody that's making their way to Atlanta for my car show, 4th of July weekend. Get there early. We're going to have a lot of fun. There's a lot of things going on, demonstrations, cars, rides, and all that. Very few tickets left, so I want to see you guys. It happens this Saturday, Coachella Car Show, all right?
Yes, and shout out to everybody in New Orleans, in Louisiana, and Rouse's Supermarkets. I do have my Drink Fresh juice and my Coffee Uplift people in stores now, which I'm really excited about. It's been a journey to get to that point. So if you are in that area, I would love and appreciate that support. I'll be out there next weekend to celebrate, so I hope I get to meet some people in person.
Now, Charlamagne, you got a positive note?
Well, I want to salute my homegirl Anita Kopax. Her book Shallow Waters will be out August 3rd on Black Privilege Publishing. She hit me this morning and just reminded me that 43, the numerology in that is 7. So today is my born day. I'm 43 years old. This is my God year. So I just want to tell everybody out there, man, aging is not lost youth, but a new stage of opportunity and strength. And I also want to say you don't stop laughing because you grow old. You grow old because you stop laughing. Okay? So laugh today. Smile, bitch. As my man Lil Duval says.
Breakfast Club, bitches!
Y'all finished or y'all done?